We stand, we rise, we kill, alright. We stand, we rise, we kill, alright. We stand up, we rise up to give our lives up for this burden, this passion to burn a lifetime for you.
Hey guys, Legendary Ghidorah here today, and I need your guys' help with something. I've realized, and I've been actually looking at my channel content for over the past couple weeks now, over the past couple days. You know, you guys get the drift, right? And I'm very behind on Transformers content on my channel. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna actually have to get up to 100 Transformers videos just to make up for it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grind on the Transformers content, and I have ideas that could actually work here with what ifs and other scenarios here. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and hope you guys can help me keep up with this. So without further ado, let us begin with today's video. Obviously, more work will be put into the next video, or I will even be redoing this video or continuing it, as this might need to be a 3-part thing here, because the Transformers in the Bayverse movies are just wild and just not overcomplicated, but it's just so much stuff in there. It's that if you put in one character over the others, give that character attention, they overshadow and overtake the others in their story. So here's what we're gonna do here. We're gonna have Jazz from the Transformers comics, and from the Bayverse, and we're gonna break down what if he survived here. Now, the best way I could see this is Jazz not engaging Megatron and retreating with the others, but that will leave the humans defenseless here. So we're going to have to go to the part where he engages Megatron. Now, Megatron was going to take him and try to rip him in half one way or another here. There's no way we could prevent that from happening, but we can actually prevent him from not getting ripped in half here. Instead of Jazz aiming at Megatron's leg, we would have him aim at his face. It's a much more effective means of, well, making someone let go of you instead of just shooting them in the leg. You could say Megatron was going to flip him anyway and grab his arm. So let's say that happens. And Jazz, being as smooth as he is, as smooth as his toy bios actually describe him, as smooth as the other Autobots and how he was portrayed in the movie, to literally pull up on Brawl, he uses that flip to actually shoot Megatron in the face, causing Megatron to, well, hold his face in, in pain and in agony, and Jazz actually falls to the ground. Jazz using this opportunity to, transform and get out of there. This means we have a battle-damaged, well, Jazz roaming the battlefield. Now, that is part of the toy biome, or it's part of the toy set, so I am going to be using battle-damaged Jazz here. Still referred to as Jazz, but you guys understand why the toy bio was made, right? So, yeah. We have battle-damaged Jazz rolling around the battlefield and Megatron cursing, right? This means Optimus Prime arrives and the rest of the fight goes the same, except we have Jazz and Bumblebee tag teaming Brawl, or we have Bumblebee take on Brawl, and Jazz is the one to take out Blackout. Now you might say, Legendary, how was he able to take out Blackout? Well, instead of Lennox running in with a motorcycle, we see Jazz doing the same thing here. Him being a smaller Autobot, not smaller than Bumblebee, but you guys get the point, right? He's small enough to go in between Brawl's legs. Pause. Oh my gosh, I just realized how that sounded. Pause, y'all. And, nails Brawl. He would basically nail Brawl underneath his armor. And yeah, I think that would obviously kill Brawl. I mean, if Lennox did it with a grenade launcher, why can't Jazz do it with his ice cannon or whatever? Freeze up his system, and GG, his system is shut down. Or it's a normal cannon or whatever, and he straight up kills him, right? So right then and there, Jazz contributes to the battlefield, and it doesn't make him look useless, right? So that means we have the rest of the battle in the first Transformers movie play the same. Now, in the tie-in comics, they were hunting Decepticons long before Transformers 2 came en route. I think one of the Autobot Decepticons Jazz would be hunting would be Breakaway. I'm sorry, not Breakaway. Soundwave. Breakaway was a part of that, and that's how Breakaway died here. I think that with Jazz on the Autobot side now, and again, him being a second lead, pretty much Optimus Prime second in command here, I would actually see Jazz actually being in charge of hunting, some Decepticons down on one end and Optimus in charge on the other end, making their efforts much more efficient. We would actually see Jazz with probably other Autobots. We could even say, with Cliff Jumper and Smokescreen, as they are canon to the Transformers verse. Cliff Jumper never made it to Earth, but in this scenario, I'm guessing he probably would here. But Smokescreen did make it to Earth here. But we can say Jazz, Smokescreen, Breakaway, and let's see who else they had in the comics. We could actually say Ratchet is on this mission here, as medical advice just in case here. So with them there, I think they would be able to either capture or kill Soundwave. Or they actually do a lot of damage to Starscream and he gets away. Soundwave and he gets away. I can actually see them taking on Starscream maybe a bit earlier than Dark of the Moon, and then boom, they managed to force Starscream off of Earth. This means that the Decepticons take a while longer because now more Autobots are, and the Autobots are more an effective force. Of course, Shockwave would be around and he would be killing Autobots, in the shadows, and they wouldn't know about it. They were just wondering, like, hey, why are we missing, like, a couple Autobots? Maybe they were killed in action by a Decepticon we went on a mission with, like, maybe they just, never made it back, but at least that Decepticon's taken out so they didn't die in vain. Something on the lines of that caliber. So as we get into the actual movie Revenge of the Fallen, I think the beginning events play out the same here, except we will see Jazz calling out the shots, and then with Demolisher, we will have Ironhide, Jazz, and Breakaway chasing him, and then you would have Optimus Prime, jump down and finish Demolisher as usual, right? So I think the events will play out the same here, except we will see a couple things different here. When Sam gets captured by, what's their names? Grinder, Starscream, and Megatron, I could actually see it where Jazz and Bumblebee both appear here. Now, in the forest battle, it's actually Jazz and Optimus, with Jazz actually saying, "Payback time, Megatron." I actually think that would be a very funny quote, even coming from Jazz, because Megatron did almost rip him in half the first movie, so it's like, ooh, yeah, it is payback time, boy. So we actually see Jazz and Optimus Prime beat down Megatron with their own little tag team combo. These two were best friends for like a long time, so I do think they would know how to work together with little to no effort. This is Jazz and Optimus Prime, two been best friends for a while. I don't think they wouldn't know how to work together, right? This means Megatron has a better reason to call out, Grinder and Starscream to the battlefield, and then it becomes more evenly matched here. Now, with Jazz on the battlefield, I don't think Optimus would have died here, because at this time, I do think, Bumblebee would have gotten the other Autobots, and they already would have, made it in time, in my opinion. If Jazz was on the battlefield, they would have just kept going until, well, Jazz, would have been able to hold off this version of Megatron. Now, you might say, Legendary, what makes you say that? Sorry about that. And it's the fact that Megatron was not used to his new body. The dude was still a rookie in his new body. This would give Jazz and Optimus a lot more wiggle room to come up and actually take down Megatron, or at least beat him to the point where they force the Decepticons to actually retreat, and now you have a you basically have a Megatron with basically with little, I guess not say little fighting experience. It's just that he's now much more able to be taken advantage of than anything here. I mean, they really can't. You can't say that Megatron's new body is much more powerful or much weaker, but you can definitely say that it's not helping him win any fights anytime soon. That's the best way I can put it here. Megatron's not winning any fights anytime soon against actual Autobots who are willing to take advantage of this current situation here. So I do believe that yeah, I do think Megatron gets taken advantage of and does get bodied. So not much that they can do here except, well, retreat, you know. So that means Optimus is alive and he knows that the Fallen is coming. This means that, well, the Fallen's, you know, not going to be killed off for quite a while. I mean, it's fair in my opinion. He's not going to be killed off for quite a while right now. And that means he's not going to be making his way to Earth for quite a while. I mean, really, I wouldn't make my way to Earth if my own kryptonite was there either, which is why I don't get how Superman even goes to Earth with his kryptonite down there. So eventually, I would have to say Optimus Prime probably gets killed in another ambush where he's by himself here. We could say it's Megatron, Starscream, and then we have Shockwave, you know, make that appearance. But Shockwave does not participate in a final battle. In the final battle, we actually see Jazz coordinating with Sideswipe and multiple other characters, making it you know, much more dangerous, much more effective. And, well, I don't think the Decepticons are winning that one until the Fallen arrives here, making the battle now on a much more even playing field than it was before. Then you have like the likes of whatchamacallit, you have you know, you still have Jetfire, Give His Life for Optimus, and then it's after that, pretty normal. Everything goes the same. Optimus Prime kills the Fallen, and yeah, that's it pretty much goes the same. But honestly, I really don't know what to say here. I mean, I could do Dark in the Moon the game here, but this is like a 12-minute video, and that would be a lot to cram in here. So yeah, I will be saving that for part 2 with actual gameplay. So let me know what you guys think. Please comment down below, like and subscribe, and share with your friends. This is Legendary Ghidorah, and I'll see you guys later for part 2.